What's up everybody, I am back, 2018, here we come. This is gonna be the first video of this year and hopefully the first of many. Before we begin, I would like to thank every and each one of you for 2017, as well as wishing you best of luck for 2018, best wishes for 2018. And without further ado, we're gonna switch to the interesting part of the video, which is where we're gonna talk about me. It's very likely that some of you don't know me, and it's even more likely that some of you don't even give a single fuck about me. But I've done my last Q&A a long time ago and I've gained many subscribers in the meantime. So I'm gonna begin by introducing myself and I'm gonna answer a lot of questions that I'm getting asked almost daily. So to begin with, my name is Jeff. I have been doing YouTube videos for the past 4 years. And about 1.5 years ago, I moved out from my parents to get my own place, better internet connection, and also start to stream so I can make this my full-time job. I'm turning 25 in 2 weeks, which makes me feel old now. And I don't have any studies or diplomas on the side because I dropped out of school at 17, stayed at home for a few years, I got really fat by playing Counter-Strike all day long, and I wasn't really finding a job anyway, so that was my only way to pass time. That's how I got into making videos, because I was bored at home playing Counter-Strike, so I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. And I also ate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 McDonald's in the meantime. And out of nowhere, my videos started to get more views and I kept going, and at some point, well, here I am today. Something I haven't mentioned in the video, but a lot of times on my streams, is where did the name come from? Like, how the fuck does one come up with such a name? People expect such an amazing story where indeed it's actually extremely random. As I've said before, I dropped out of school, so I was playing home, and I was trying to go pro back then. I was really trying hard. The Jeff you know right now is playing for fun, enjoying the game, a few games with friends and stuff, always laughing, always smiling. Well, I'm a totally different person. Back then I was tryharding my life, because that's all I had to do anyway, so it had to work, but of course it didn't work. And at some point something just tilted in my head. I got backstabbed in a round by some positions where the guy shouldn't be, if my teammates were covering it properly. I got extremely frustrated because I was extremely frustrated. I renamed myself and I just kept the name afterwards because people kept asking me, where the hell do you get that name and how do you pronounce it? And that's it. And from this day I stopped tryharding. Something tilted in me and I was like, I don't want to do it again. It's been extremely negative for me. I'm gonna quit tryharding, I'm gonna play for fun, and that's what I did. And since I kept my name, well, people kept asking me, how do you pronounce it? Which I found extremely funny because even myself at the beginning I wasn't sure. But still, I kept the name, and nowadays no one can pronounce it, no one can spell it. Fun fact, I've just played the ROG tournament, and they gave us hoodies. So I'm probably gonna talk some more about the ROG tournament. But here's the thing, they gave us hoodies with our names on, okay? Alright, so can you spot the mistake? Can you spot the mistake in this hoodie? Something isn't quite here, okay? Like, no! Even Asus couldn't spell my name right. But it's okay guys, they gave me a laptop so I don't mind. And something else I'm getting asked almost daily, what about the weight loss? Hey. If you don't know my past, I've lost a lot of weight because, well, I was kind of fat because I stayed at my parents for more than 3 years playing Counter-Strike. I was eating a lot of stuff back and forth from my computer to my kitchen. I got over 140 kilograms and then YouTube started to blow up, so I've lost weight. I was extremely motivated as well. I've made a video explaining what I did, how did I do, why did I do it as well. And since then, I mean, the feedback from this video was amazing. I've received messages and I've seen some of you at events telling me they lost weight thanks to my video. And that's something which is just amazing. I must say though that currently I kind of let myself go a bit. The moment I moved out, which was like 1.5 years ago now, I kind of stopped doing sports, going to the gym. My knees were hurting because I was jogging too much. And my knees were hurting because of it, so I had to stop as well. And then also I was eating, and I am still eating kind of bad. Although I must say I'm back into it. It's been 1 week now, but yeah, I kind of let myself go. I mean, it's not this bad. Just that I'm totally out of shape, and I look like some kind of orange in a bottle. And those hips don't lie, man. But I'm gonna get rid of them, and I will share my journey with you, because that's all I know how to do in life. Share stuff with people. Also, you may wonder why the heck did someone who was born and raised in the northeast of France chose to live in Germany, because, well, that's kind of weird. And I don't speak German, by the way. It's actually extremely simple. I was in a rush. I wanted to make it my full-time job, and the only option for me was to start streaming, so I needed a better internet connection. So those were my only criteria. Better internet connection that allows me to stream, something that isn't too expensive because I'm not some kind of rich dude, as well as I don't want to have neighbors close by. Because I'm very noisy. Less right now, but before and also back then I was extremely noisy. With those criteria, I went around the world, on internet of course, and I looked for something that was available right now, that I could just move in and stream, period. So I started looking for Romania, then Netherlands, and then Germany, that was close to me, like 1 hour drive away from my place, which was quite convenient, also to move out, because Romania was 20 hours away, that was quite different. So I just came to visit the place on Wednesday, and I moved in on Friday, and I was streaming on Saturday, and that's the whole story, pretty much. And here's the classic, what are your New Year's resolutions? On the pro life, so to say YouTube, Twitch, and all the stuff that comes around, I want to make more content for YouTube, and I want to be more free in the content I've done. Kugo the Mighty, which is someone you should know, and if you don't, you have to know him, just uploaded a video where he explains he feels a lot of pressure on his upload. He sets the bar extremely high, and to the point where he doesn't upload anymore, because he doesn't feel like it's good enough. And to be honest, I can 100% relate to this. I think I've uploaded the video in April, which is now in private, but where I was explaining the same concerns. And about 2017, I'm not satisfied about what I've done on YouTube. Of course, some videos were great and I still love them, like the video with Pimp was actually one of the best I've made. I really loved the video against Pimp, and I actually got to meet the guy at the ROG tournament 2 weeks ago, so that was fun as well. But about YouTube itself and what I've done here, I mean, I kind of rely too much on funny moments / matchmaking in eyes, which is basically funny moments edited together with sound effects and stuff, but it's like after 4 years of doing them, I'm not feeling challenged anymore, like creatively speaking, of course. I'm gonna pull out the Casey stuff, you'll see. Now the thing is, I don't feel challenged anymore by doing them, and I wanna unlock the pin in my head and just straight out produce new content. I wanna make content which is more easy to produce, because I won't have much time. I'm gonna have to travel a lot, I believe, in this year. I just want to get in a server with friends, with YouTubers, and record all of these videos that I've scripted a long time ago and I've never recorded, such as the HOUNGOUNGAGNE show and other stuff which I can't say because I'm afraid people steal the idea from me. But that's my goal for 2018. I want to do more, I want to do something different, and I want to add something more than just funny moments with sound effects and such. Do I have a favorite content creator, and if so, who is he? Actually, I would have many of them because I watch YouTube. I don't have a TV home because I watch YouTube all day long anyway, so it's either I'm gonna go on Netflix or I'm gonna watch YouTube. But if I'm gonna focus on CSGO, I would say Kugo the Mighty. He's been the one who brought some creative stuff, and I just enjoy the guy. He's just pure bag of kindness, pretty much. And if I'm going outside of the CSGO sphere, you would have Vsauce, Exurbia, and I hope you know the guy. Actually, I'm gonna put a video down below which he made called A Guide to Worrying, which is extremely good, extremely well written. I love the video. Oh, also, Bill Wurtz, who you have to know as well, made the video called History of the Entire Universe, I guess. And this is the kind of content that makes YouTube, not some kind of logo punch it or something. So if you don't know any of these guys, go down below, stop my video, I don't care, go watch them, because those are gold. Lightning Lord asking me what is my favorite part about being French. I mean, I do my stuff in English, I live in Germany. You gotta... Oh, that I get to make French jokes without being racist. Lowin asking me how many years did you spend playing CSGO? I mean, I'm gonna count with hours if you don't mind, and I think that if I combine Counter-Strike Source, CSGO, as well as the second account of CSGO I had at the beginning of CSGO, I'm probably ranging around 15,000 hours spent on Counter-Strike. Death Cookies 101 asking me what other games apart from CS and PUBG do you plan to play? Not really planning on playing something else. I think I've played too much CSGO for any other game to fit me. Like, I've played so many rounds of CSGO on only 7 to 8 maps, and not any round has been the same. It's always a different round, always a different playout. I don't know, man, like CSGO is... I think CSGO has ruined any other games for me, anyway. Recreave or Av is asking me, would you rather do gambling videos or have a part-time job? Well, I mean, the way you ask it isn't really fair. Here's the thing. Of course, at some point in the YouTube career, you don't make enough money to make a living because you are either too small or you don't upload enough, and that's where you have to talk about sponsorships. But the thing is, sponsorships doesn't necessarily have to be gambling. There's so many more stuff you can advertise. could be audible, could be hardware. We're talking about CSGO, there's also other stuff on CSGO, like training sites or other stuff which aren't gambling in any way. In my opinion, you've been fed bullshit with a lot of YouTubers that are greedy as fuck, and they just want to make a quick buck extremely quick and retire after because they don't care. You see, I've always been against gambling, and I've always yelled up and high how wrong I believe it is, especially advertised to a young audience, but still, a lot of YouTubers you are watching right now, they'll be like, ah, guys, no YouTube money, I have to make gambling. No, you don't. Shut up, you don't. There's so many different stuff you could advertise. If you do gambling, it's either because you are lazy or because you are greedy. And both ways aren't really shiny anyway. I'm not gonna make some friends here. Pineapple plus pizza is a no-go. Well, Jelly, you are very narrow-minded. Pineapple on top of a pizza is something extremely nice, and you should try. Coolio MacDoodle asking me, what would you consider to be your greatest achievement in your YouTube, Twitch, Counter-Strike career? That's actually a smart question, wow. I don't know. If you are only thinking about CSGO, I would say that the ROG tournament was my biggest achievement. When I showed up to the auditions, my face was printed like 5 by 5 meters tall on the booth, which was, hello, that's my face. Well, photoshopped, of course, but still, that was my face. And if you focus more on the YouTube / Twitch / influencer side, I guess it's somehow the reach that I have and what I made, what I do with, the fact that pretty much every time I go to an event, I get to meet someone, and someone tells me that they lost weight because of what I did, because of my video, because of how I explain it, that they realized that they could make a change fairly easily. They tried and they succeeded, and that's something that you can't really measure. There's one scene at the Gamescom that I'm never gonna forget. I'm in front of the Samsung booth, which is the one I was working on, and there's this guy who comes out to me, and as soon as he sees me, he stops walking and he starts crying, and then I just look at him and I'm like, something's wrong, can someone help him? Until I realized that he was looking at me, and then he came to talk to me and he explained that he lost weight thanks to my video, and he was very happy now and he wasn't back then. And I mean, it is such a weird feeling, mix of being a bit awkward and then extremely proud, but then you get awkward again. Like, I don't know, it's the thing is, you're not really aware of your own reach and how much what you say can impact people, and that then you get to realize in front of them, that you get to get a sense, a touch of this reality that's behind this camera over there. It is a feeling that I'm not able to describe, so I'm extremely proud of this. Wobby asking me, why is your hair always so fabulous, Jeff? Honestly, bro, I don't know. I was given this hair by my mom, and I don't thank her every day for this because my hair have their own consciousness. And I've been trying to get a hairdo, get a haircut or whatever, but it won't work, and it never has, so I just gave up, as you can pretty much see. Any advices on how to improve your English? Talk and keep talking all the time. If you watch my first videos, you will see how bad my English was. Actually, here's a clip.
So, I'm gonna nominate 3 guys. First is Mr. Sparkles Gaming. Second is Mr. Triday from NIP. And the third is Mr. Trilux, yep.
Yep, the third. I literally called Trilux a turd. And that was like my third video. Do you speak fluent German now? Well, I've been living here for 1.5 years, so of course I speak German fluently. Hola cabrón, plata o plomo, hijo de puta. Pomi asked me my favorite team that doesn't have French players. Well, I'm gonna go for NIP. I'm just an old-time NIP fanboy that doesn't go away. I still respect NIP. Actually, I am currently drinking in an NIP mug. I just love the guys, so NIP. Tios Dinusk asked me, could you describe how you lived your first pro experience? So if you're not aware of it, I was the French captain for the ROG tournament, who took place 2 weeks ago, and it was a lot of fun, but a lot of pressure as well. Basically, here's the pitch. ROG made a tournament offering a chance to everyone to show themselves in front of a big audience and hopefully discover the next generations of esports superstars. You're gonna have 8 captains. They're gonna go to offline auditions, select 4 players, form a team with them because they're gonna be the 5th, and then take part in some activities in a boot camp. I actually went in a hot air balloon. I'm gonna make a vlog on that, don't worry. And then we go offline in Sweden and we play the tournament in front of... I think this year was on top of 80k or maybe 90k around. As captains this year we had Flom, we had Freiburg for Sweden, we had Strike for Russia, Isako for Poland, Skis Machine for Australia, Nuki for Germany, and Pimp for Denmark. I was obviously the captain of Team France. I selected 4 players and played with them, and I felt extremely pressured. I truly believe that I overwhelmingly underperformed in this match. We had a lot of issues, which I'm gonna mention in the vlog that's upcoming. Still, one of the players had to leave, then the one who was replacing him wasn't home, came back, we only had 1 week, and then he broke his hand right before the tournament, like literally 2 days before the tournament. He sends me on WhatsApp a picture of his broken hand, and he's like, yoo-hoo, I broke my hand. And the funniest part of it all is that he actually played great at the tournament. It is true that I set the bar extremely high, but also I was underperforming like so hard. Barbarossa asking me, what is your biggest fear? The veins that you can find on Tweeday's biceps. The veins, man, like what the fuck? What even? Honestly, if I would have to pick one, I think I'm gonna go for being afraid of losing what I have here. As I've said a couple times already, I don't have diplomas on the side. If I don't do what I do here, there's nothing else for me to do. So I guess I would go back to doing something that's a food job, pretty much, where I wouldn't really be happy because I'm a very ambitious guy. At the back of my head over there, I'm extremely ambitious and I'm always thinking about more than what I do, and I want to do better and I want to do better. If I'm delivering pizzas, how am I gonna fulfill my ambitions? So, in a way, I'm extremely scared of losing what I have here. If electricity always follows the path of least resistance, why doesn't lightnings always strike in France? Christine asking me, what will be your best advice for a new player like me to improve? Well, keep playing and keep enjoying the game. I always recommend one thing, which is deathmatch and have fun. Where did you get your tongue? Because it's actually impossible to say your name. Oh, come on, like 4 syllables, who knew nya nye. That's it. Dingle asking me, what do you think of Scotland? Well, I guess there's a lot of Scottish, and no one understands what the fuck you're saying unless you actually put subtitles. Otherwise, yeah, very nice. Wash Rawat asking me, when am I gonna start to upload more often? I'm gonna try for 2018 to upload more often. As I've said, I wanna unlock this pin in my head and do some more, so we'll see where that goes as well. Am I ever gonna stop CSGO one day? And if yes, why? If no, why? Well, if you ever stop, what game are you gonna move on? I don't know, Sam. The thing is, I love Counter-Strike, and I've played so many games and so many rounds in Counter-Strike, and I didn't get tired of it. Sometimes I do. When I do, I take a break and I play something else, or I just don't touch my PC for a few days. I come back stronger. To me, Counter-Strike is just like soccer. You're not gonna get bored of the game itself, you're gonna get bored of the conditions in which you play the game. I just wish that I'm gonna be able to switch the conditions in which I play, sometimes for fun, sometimes for something more serious, just to keep myself entertained when I play. Am I going back to the gym? Skip. Dasoshi asking me, what is the easiest way, in your opinion, to get some reputation in CSGO / find a team or get a chance to play with the big boys? Nowadays, I would say it's a bit easier than it would have been before, because you have some leagues such as FPL or Rank G or S or whatever it is in Europe, which no one plays anyway. But I guess if you don't know any of them and you can't get into the circle by befriending one of them, you are pretty much gonna have to play on these leagues if you want to meet them. Ruben asking me, what was your favorite moment about the ROG tournament? The whole thing was extremely nice to play, not gonna lie. It was a very nice experience as well. Plus, as I've said, it gave me back this competitive edge of CSGO, which I kind of lost. But if I have to pick one moment, I think I'm gonna pick the first match we played against Team Germany, led by Nuki, where... So okay, I'm gonna go over the match a little bit so you guys understand if you haven't watched it. We haven't played Train a single time. We were extremely scared of playing Train. And they picked Train, so we had to play Train in the first map, which is pretty bad, because if we lose it, we are not really be that confident going into the second map. Out of nowhere, we actually end up winning Train 16-5 or 16-6, and we were really confident. Then we got to play our map, which is Cash, and we got actually scared. We were down 14-7, so we had 7, and we had to come back a lot of rounds, which was extremely hard. We were not really hitting shots back then, and that was actually really hard to get back into it. But we did, and it's getting slower back to 15, and then 15-15, we play overtime. We play the first overtime, there's actually gonna be 3 of them. The first overtime, we won 3-0, so we were like, yeah, of course, it's won, easy peasy. But they came back, and they won 3 rounds in a row as well. The second overtime was actually tight. I think we went 2-1 and then 2-1 again. We had to play a third overtime, and the pressure we were feeling was just extremely high. Every time we won a round, we would just yell extremely loud to make it go off the pressure. Third overtime, and we somehow won it. I'm not sure what the score was, but probably like 2-1, and then we won 2 rounds in a row, and we won the match finally. And I think you can actually see that when I stand up, because we won, I'm still inside the match a bit. I'm not really realizing that we finally won, the pressure is off, I can breathe a bit, and I'm still focused, and we have to stand up and shake hands against the team we just played against, right? And I didn't really notice that there was a light projector in front of me, so I just walked behind the chairs, I tripped over it, and I looked like a fucking idiot. Overall, the adrenaline that after all of this we managed to come back and win, I think that was a very nice memory. It was overall an extremely nice memory that I'm gonna keep for a long time, except for the part where I trip over the light projector. And I have been talking about myself for the past hour or so, I must be very interesting. I'm gonna stop it right there. Thank you very much for watching the Q&A if you have. Thank you very much for sticking with me through years if you have as well, and if you just came and you realize I'm a nice guy, thank you for subscribing. Enjoy your stay. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you follow me on social medias, especially on Twitter and Instagram, because I'm extremely active over here. But as always, take a deep smile, a huge breath, and stay moist. Oh wait, no, that's not me. I'm the HOUNGOUNGAGNE, and I still have no clue. Cheers!